Hello, cold and chosen people. I hope you guys are keeping well. I'm excited to be in front of your eyes and in your ears again today. I'm so glad to reconnect with you guys. So, I know I took a break last week just to tell you about Pure Magic, and people are excited about it and seeing results. So, I hope you got yours, and I'm looking forward to those testimonies from you guys. So prior to last week, we had discussed 2 weeks ago regarding gastroesophageal reflux disease and what is the pathophysiology behind it, meaning why it's happening, right? And one of the main things we're talking about was gastric acid production, right? How there's reduced gastric acid production, right? The big connection and all that. So if you forgot about that, go back to the videos, right? They are all uploaded on our site and on YouTube as well, on the social media, and kind of like remind yourself, because this is something that you have to keep going back to, because as long as you're eating, you're going to need to know things like this. And don't forget, this doesn't just apply to if you're eating junk, right? Poor gastric acid production actually applies, the putrefaction and fermentation we're talking about 2 weeks ago applies to even when you're eating well, right? So this week we're going to kind of like talk about what can I do, because if the antacids, which is the omeprazole and Pepsid that I'm prescribed to use, is making my situation worse, what exactly can I do on a daily basis? So just a quick reminder, remember when we said without gastric acid production, right, you're going to have reflux, everything going up through the esophagus, right? And that is where you start having those symptoms of heartburn or that subtle cough, right? Without heartburn, that also could be gastroesophageal reflux disease. And we also talked about how the food sits in the stomach, right? And that leads to fermentation and putrefaction because it's not going anywhere. So it's kind of what we, in layman's terms, is it's rotten, right? You know, when food stays out, right, and it starts to have mold and have like a bad smell, that is actually what is going on in your gut, right? And that is actually poison that is irritating your entire digestive system. Remember what we said could happen from that. You definitely have leaky gut, autoimmune diseases, and all that could come from that. So one of the things that we didn't talk about last week was, because that putrefied food now needs help, right? Your gastrointestinal system needs help, your stomach needs help. How am I going to digest this food? It goes to the pancreas and says, hey, I need help. The pancreas starts producing digestive enzymes, right? So the pancreas is exhausted. It's like, I'm doing more work than I should do, right? Your gut should be fine, but now it's asking for my help to work, right? That's putting more pressure on the pancreas. You're seeing like the vicious cycle we're talking about last week. And then other enzyme systems now have to come in and say, okay, let's help. The gut is not doing anything. The pancreas is exhausted, and that leads to slow metabolism, right? Because where that system should be going to actually help speed up your metabolism is now going to the gut to try to digest this massive ball of food, right, that is putrefied and just absolutely not good, short of using a very kind word. So I'm going to leave you guys this week with two things, simple things that you can do to reduce the incidence of this, especially those that are taking those medications or those that have consistent reflux symptoms. So the first thing I say is, prior to eating a main meal, which mostly people eat carbs, start their day with carbs. You want to start with a cup of greens, right? And I'm not even going to tell you what greens to take. The more diverse it is, the happier your gut microbiome. We've talked about microbiome, what it's about. The less diverse it is, the less your microbiome is less happy, right? And we want your microbiome to be happier, because that is how it's able to help you. So 1 cup of greens before every meal. So if you eat 3 times a day, 1 cup of greens, 1 cup of cucumbers, broccoli, spinach, or mix it up, or all 1 cup, right? Or you can do citrus fruits, right, before you have a meal. That is going to help increase gastric acid production, right? And you're going to start to see a reversal of some of these symptoms. So those are the two things I'm going to leave you with this week. Part 3, yes, there's a part 3. We're going to talk more on management. What else can we do, right, to help reverse gastroesophageal reflux disease naturally. Another thing you can do is, if you're not crazy about greens, right? Which I don't know why you should be, but if you're not, we have a solution. There's the green powder, right? That is made up of different plant-based vegetables, right? That it's in powder form and tastes absolutely amazing. You can mix it with water or with almond or coconut milk, makes your life easier. But I really want your gut to like go through that process of mastication and digestion and all that. This is the powder is for those that, you know what, I just can't stand greens. I just can't. All right, we'll leave more information in the link below. Don't forget, show kindness this week. Share this information with someone you love and care about. Don't keep this to yourself. We want to see people well. It is your God-given right to be well. So share this with people and start implementing. Don't just be a hearer, be a doer of what we're teaching you so that you can start to see results, right? And don't forget to follow us on social media, and leave comments, ask questions, subscribe to our channel too, because every week we drop more information on how to live your best life. All right, God bless you. Don't forget, you're called, you're chosen, and you're going to do absolutely amazing. All right, take care. Bye.